Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. We are reading the TWAB. This is the pre-Shadowkeep TWAB. This is the last TWAB before Shadowkeep. I'm live on Twitch. I'm here with my chat. We're going to read this to you guys in its entirety, watch the video, do all that fun stuff. So let's get into it. This week at Bungie, we're on final countdown for launch. It's been a long summer of reveals, travels, interviews, and updates. Now we find ourselves in that old familiar clearing at the end of the path. This is the final weekly update that we will have before we blast off on another adventure. Chat says hi, and Unique Rainbow says sub to me right now. You could sub on YouTube or Twitch if you so prefer. That's his opinion, though. I would never ask that. Kappa. Our new launch trailer is making its rounds. Here it is if you haven't had a chance to watch it yet. We're going to watch it right now because we can. Put closed captioning on.
Listen to the shadows. They whisper.
Look at them ships!
Welcome. We've been waiting.
I don't know who that is.
It knows we're coming.
This is loud.
I can sense it. You know that thing
Go!
that goes bump in the night? Become that thing.
Look at the punch! I love this song. This song is fucking great. Giant tanks! I'm so happy they're bringing tanks back. Exotic quests. Oh, Red Hive. New exotics and sword. Dude, look at that. That's the dungeon boss. We got the new raid. Season of the Undying. Fighting the Overgrown Vex. Garden of Salvation. New raid.
We have work to do.
Oh, that kick. Close quarters finishers. This is so fun. Armor 2.0, baby. That wizard looked really cool. Tonks.
Someone please bring this guardian his crown.
DG reloaded on Steam and Shadow Sneak pre-purchased. She back. Hype. It's so good, dude. I have to finish my preload tonight, but I also pre-purchased Shadowkeep. Look at those sparrows! The moon is our playground. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. October 1st, 2019. Pre-order the digital deluxe edition now for the Hearing Whispers exotic emote and all that other cool stuff that was just on screen. Oh, alright. It's super hype. I'm so excited. We're not going to do a trailer breakdown because we're just going to keep reading the TWAB just because. Today, you will find us ticking all the boxes on the pre-flight checklist. There are some final items we want to cover before you set out to investigate the mysteries on the moon. Here's what you'll find during a lengthy final scroll. Combat changes, progression and economy changes, patch note preview, ritual weapons and perk changes, set it straight, wear it with pride, Bungie rewards. Let's start the clock. Combat changes. As discussed previously, damage numbers in Destiny 2 have been a bit out of control. We're making some adjustments so the numbers shown are similar and easier to comprehend without affecting the percentage of damage you're dealing. We're also adjusting how your power works when you go up against enemies tougher than you. Here are some more details on what to expect. PvE damage numbers display. Goal: to provide players with useful and legible feedback for damage dealt to enemy combatants across many years of power progression. Displayed damage numbers for damage dealt to non-guardian enemy combatants are crunched. Damage dealt is displayed using fewer digits to enhance readability of damage output. Occurrences of displayed damage getting capped at 999,999 should be significantly reduced or eliminated. The exponential curve used to calculate damage numbers for display is reduced with a new linear curve that is built to last for many years. As players grow in power, display damage numbers increased at a much more measured pace than previously. This is a UI update only. Player damage output, whether measured as hits to kill, time to kill, or DPS, remains unchanged by this update. So this is what it means, guys. It means that it's just a number squish. It's a number crunch. World of Warcraft did it a bunch. Now Bungie's doing it. Basically, instead of hitting a guy for like, you know, 3001 damage on a headshot, it's probably going to be a little less than that. But we're still doing the same amount of damage, so don't worry about that. PvE difficulty tuning. Goals. Widen the sweet spot where fighting higher level combatants provide a fun, challenging, and rewarding combat experience for a more enjoyable power climb. Also, allow players looking for even greater challenges to confront much higher level enemies. Combatants that are 10 to 40 levels higher take less time to kill and deal less damage. That's really cool. Higher level combatants continue to increase in difficulty up to 100 power levels above the player. When enemies are 100 power levels or higher above the player, they are immune to damage. So that means you can't try and like power your way through things anymore. The damage crunch, yeah. So this damage, this number's display damage, all it does is it affects the number you see when you hit an enemy. That's it. It doesn't actually affect how strong you are. This affects your power scaling, meaning like if an enemy's 100 levels higher than you in terms of power, you're not going to touch them. Progression and economy changes. Every season brings with it some tweaks to the power climb. Shadowkeep is going to deliver significant changes to how you grow in strength. We also want to make sure you are aware of changes to various currencies and the Eververse Trading Company before you set out to power up your gear. Rewards, power, and progression. All non-powerful rewards now drop 3 to 0 points below your highest equipable. So meaning any normal legendary engram is going to be 3 levels to 0 levels below your highest equipable. Power level up from 15 to 20 below. So I think that means that your powerful engram, your prime engram, drops 20 points below. Ooh, exotic? Yeah, we'll get to exotics. These sources no longer have a chance to drop a random exotic instead of... no longer have a chance... Okay, so Year 2 powerful reward sources have changed to legendary rewards, meaning you will not get an exotic from Year 2 powerful reward sources. However, bonus exotics that drop from Nightfall, the Ordeal, which is the Nightfall coming with Shadowkeep, will drop at the character's highest equipable power level. So if you, whatever that power level is, that's what it's going to drop at. Under and over leveling activities no longer adjust how much power is received from a ward. So meaning if you're under leveled or you're over leveled, I guess that means that thing is kind of stabilized. Experience no longer fuels a player's character level, which has been changed to be level 50 for all characters. Yeah, so that's with, new light and everything. So we're going to be level 50 right off the bat. Experience instead progresses the Season Pass, Seasonal Artifact mod, and power progressions, as well as the unlocking of destinations for new characters. Experience rewards have been rebalanced in the introduction of the Season Pass and Seasonal Artifact progression. So that means your experience is going to essentially what the Battle Pass is what people are calling it. The power granted from the Seasonal Artifact is additive with the power of the player's equipable gear, but does not increase the power of gear drops. So as your artifact levels up, that does not affect the level at which gear drops for you. All existing gear has had its power increased to a minimum of 750. New characters will begin Destiny 2 at power at 750 as well. That means if you have a Guardian who literally just started and is in all white gear, that gear is 750. Which our clanmate is going to run Crucible in all white gear at 750. It's going to be bananas. We'll make sure to stream it. The power bands for Season 8 are as follows. The floor is 750, which is your starting point. The soft cap is 900. All drops up to this point will be upgrades to the most powerful item in your inventory or vault. Beyond this point, only powerful and pinnacle rewards will increase your power. Powerful cap is 950. All non-powerful and pinnacle rewards are capped at 950. Pinnacle rewards are the only way to raise your power above this point. Powerful rewards are equivalent to the character's highest equipable power beyond this point. And the pinnacle cap. So you have your base, you have your soft cap, right, which is 900. Your powerful cap, which is 950, and then the only way to go up is pinnacle gear. This is the highest power at which gear drops, also known as the hard cap, which is the ceiling. The seasonal artifact bonus power allows characters to attain values above this level, because your artifact can level up in infinitely. Prime engrams. Prime engrams now gain charges more quickly, drop more frequently, and have a higher maximum charge cap, 9 charges up from 6 during year 2. The power gains have been rebalanced for the increased frequency, providing +3 power down from a range of +4 to +7. Players who have completed the Prime Example quest prior to Shadowkeep's release will earn charges, but those charges won't drop until the character has reached 900 power. This will help players avoid spending charges early for gains that are most beneficial during the soft cap to powerful cap range. Bright Dust. This is a big fucking twab. Bright Dust is now earned by completing Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard weekly and repeatable bounties. So, we chose to grant all of Bright Dust from ritual weekly bounties rather than spreading it out across the weekly and daily bounties, so players could more easily earn Bright Dust without having to make sure they complete every single bounty. You're not even 750 yet, dude? Don't worry, you'll be 750 when Shadowkeep drops on Tuesday. Players will be able to do the repeatable bounties as many times as they like. Any Crucible, Gambit, or Vanguard completed bounties need to be turned in before maintenance begins on 9/30, as these changes will reset them. Other bounties like Gunsmith, Clan, Eververse, etc. can still be claimed after October 1st. So what this means, chat, is if you're hoarding all your bounties for Shadowkeep, if they are Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit, just turn them in. Because once Shadowkeep launches, they're going to disappear from your inventory, and you're going to have done all that work for nothing. Everything else, like Planetary bounties, Gunsmith bounties, Clan bounties, Eververse bounties, those are all going to stay. Callus bounties, Werner bounties, those will stay. It's just Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit, so make sure you turn them in. Eververse items no longer dismantle into Bright Dust, we know this, and instead grant Legendary Shards and Glimmer. New items for Season of the Undying will become available for Bright Dust 2 weeks into the season. What about exotic quests? I mean, they're quests, they're not bounties. So that's different. New Eververse items for Season of... Oh, we already read that. Eververse items no longer require Bright Dust to reacquire them or reroll perks from collections. Instead, they cost the same materials that reward items of the same type and rarity use. Fireteam medallions have been removed from the store, deprecated into fizzled Fireteam medallions, and can now be dismantled into Bright Dust to recover their purchase price, which is 50 Bright Dust. Gleaming Boon of the Vanguard price has been lowered to 150 Bright Dust, and Gleaming Boon of the Crucible has been lowered to 500. More Eververse. Oh, God. The Season 7 Best of Year 1 engram has been retired, and in its place, players can now obtain the new Season 8 Nostalgic engram. The seasonal milestone no longer grants a bounty. Instead, it directly grants a bright engram. Oh, that's cool. The Season 8 Nostalgic engram is no longer earned at level up. Instead, the bright engram is now included in the free rewards of the Season Pass that are visible before level 100. And also awarded every 5 levels after level 100. Okay. So now you can't just, you don't get them as frequent, I would assume. The Eververse storefront is now available via the Director. This is huge! We don't have to go to the tower to do Eververse shopping. I love it. Eververse bounties, standard and IGR versions, have been deprecated. Any remaining bounty notes can be broken down into Bright Dust. You can still complete and turn in any outstanding bounties until they expire. So make sure you do that. Players can now store up to 250 Glimmer. We're getting a Glimmer cap increase by 150,000. That's nice. Glimmer rewards from the majority of sources in-game and have been rebalanced. Most open world sources, public events, lost sectors, chests have been significantly increased. Passive Glimmer game on kill has been reduced, which means we won't get as much Glimmer on kill. In addition to directly awarding Glimmer on kill, combatants will sometimes drop additional Glimmer chunks. And weekly bounties award a large amount of Glimmer in addition to their own other rewards. That's dope. Spider's Exchange. The spider welcomes new opportunities with 4 arms open and now deals in materials from all planets. However, the spider has noted changes in market value and has adjusted his exchange rate accordingly. Glimmer exchanges now cost 10 legendary shards or 20 mats and yields 10,000 glimmer. Tangle Shore daily bounties no longer award glimmer, providing instead etheric spirals in keeping with his competition. That makes sense. Weekly wanted bounties no longer award gear, but now provide between 3,000 and 15,000 glimmer in addition to the enhancement cores currently offered. That's super hype. Let's go to 250k now. Good job, Bungie Cord. Bet I'm gonna be buying something now. Yeah, I'm gonna buy lots of stuff. Zer's inventory pool and Faded Engram now include world drop exotics from year 2. All right, let's see how much more we got. The patch, the ritual, and oh yeah, we got some stuff to read, chat. We're gonna go through as much of this as we can, probably up until like, the other stuff. We'll have a bunch of bullet points for you to pursue next week. Here's something to tide you over until then. Added rally banners to the Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, and Spire of Stars. The Shattered Throne is now available at all times instead of on a 3-week cycle. It can also be launched and reset from the director, so if you haven't done it yet, go do it. Black Armory Forges are now accessible through a director-launched playlist on the EDZ. Weapon mods are now treated as reusable unlocks instead of consumables. Any mods you have in your inventory will be converted to unlocks. This is the patch notes that's going to come out. This is going to happen Tuesday. If the only copy of a mod you have is already in a gun, you will need to reacquire one to unlock it. That's a big yikes. So say you only have one counterbalance mod and it's in your favorite hand cannon, you need to get another one for it to become a consumable. Or a reusable, rather. Not a consumable. Discarding an enhancement core no longer deletes the entire stack. Borealis and Hard Light now match the Prism modifier when changing elements on reload. Rotating through Void, Arc, and Solar. That's cool. You got Queensbreaker before, though? I mean, Queensbreaker... Yeah, we're not talking about exotics. We're talking about mods. So, like, if you put a counterbalance mod into, like I have a counterbalance mod in my service revolver, and that's the only counterbalance mod I have. If I want it to become a reusable for Armor 2.0, I have to go out and find another counterbalance mod. Fixed an issue where the Hunter's Tempest Strike melee ability couldn't be performed if the sprint button was set to hold. The Phoenix Protocol Hearth perk will no longer award bonus super energy on kills and assists to Warlocks inside a Well of Radiance if they do not also have the Well of Radiance subclass equipped. So that's important. No, the bounties from Spider... What do you mean? Yeah, you have Queensbreaker's bow, so now you have it forever because it's in your collections. Fixed an issue where allied Golden Gun projectiles weren't going through banner shields. Fixed an issue where the Queen's Wrath perk for the exotic Wishender bow wasn't correctly highlighting players if their shield was depleted. Players who have obtained the Salute emote in the past can now correctly select it in their collection and assign it to their emote wheel. Multiplayer buddy emotes will now have a visible indication of where a player can stand to interact and initiate the emote. Thank you! I'm trying to get high fives, and this is such... Oh, man, that's the one thing that's bothering me. Failing the first encounter for any Black Armory Forge will no longer award planetary destination materials. Sad boy. Alright, ritual weapons and perk changes. In the Season of the Undying, pinnacle weapons will become ritual weapons. They will no longer have the special perks and will instead be curated roles. A previous article incorrectly showed 2 new pinnacle weapons. The good news is you will be getting 3 ritual weapons for each of the ritual activities: Crucible, Vanguard, and Gambit. Here's the Destiny dev team on why we made this difficult decision and some information on upcoming perk changes. This is the dev team now. The decision to stop creating extremely powerful pinnacle weapons was made for a variety of reasons. The first was that the band in which Pinnacle perk can exist is actually quite small, and most of them far exceeded the efficacy, I don't know how to say that word, they should have been at. Another issue is that they cause problems in the player ecosystem, particularly in the case of the Crucible Pinnacle weapons. Due to the nature of PvP and PvE, anything that works well in PvP is likely going to be extremely effective in PvE as well. This forces players into the Crucible if they want the, quote, best loadouts. Even the title of, quote, Pinnacle set a variety of unrealistic expectations. Rather than being the absolute height of legendary power, they were supposed to be interesting novelties to chase. Is this a patch note stream? Yes, it is. Welcome. These problems become more pronounced the more of them we produced. In the end, we decided to move away from Pinnacle weapons. If you manage to collect them all, we hope you enjoy them. While we're on the subject of weapons, here are a few important notes on changes to how perks will work. He making this a vid? Yeah, I am making this a vid. Reduce the effectiveness of the following perks in PvE. Rampage, Kill Clip, Swashbuckler, Multi-Kill Clip, Desperado, Surrounded, Master of Arms, and Onslaught. In general, these perks use the same damage multipliers for PvE that they did in PvP. The change to Rampage does not affect the Huckleberry. Onslaught and Desperado now change bullet impact values while active in PvE. Surrounded no longer multiples precision damage on top of base damage, as it was benefiting some weapon types more than others as a result. Bungie killed your kill clip. I mean, just in PvE. Legendary weapons have become too powerful overall. In many cases, they've even outclassed exotic primary weapons. This is true. So there's Facebook, shush. Shush, Facebook. I will deal with you later. So we're taking them all back a bit. All the way back in original Destiny, we had a perk named Crowd Control, which was Rampage's predecessor. Crowd Control capped out at a bonus of 15% extra damage. At this point in Destiny 2, Rampage caps out at about 67%. That's a 47% increase from the original iteration. Legendary damage perks have become so powerful, they simply invalidate non-damage related perks. Again, yes. Here's a quick preview of the 3 ritual weapons you can earn in Season of the Undying, because these weapons are no longer Pinnacle. The quest required to earn them is not as in-depth as previous seasons. Thank goodness, because I'm doing the Redrix quest right now, and these precision kills with pulse rifles is like a slog. So the Vanguard, you get the Edgewise machine gun. I want that. That looks really cool. Crucible, you get Randy's throwing knife. That's funny. It looks like a scout rifle, and scout rifles are getting buffed, so that's neat. And then Gambit exit strategy, which looks like a submachine gun. So 44-7 and then settles on 47. No, dude, it said 40. It says 447, but it's only a 47 increase because it went from 15 to 67. Okay. During the run-up to launch, we've been dropping videos, articles, interviews, and information all over the internet. Along the way, the fact-checkers called us out a few times. Today, we're issuing some corrections to the previous transmissions. Yeah, I know what I said. I corrected myself. There was a shot of Trials of the Nine armor in the launch trailer by mistake. We wanted to clear up any confusion and let players know that the Trials of the Nine set will not be obtainable in Season of the Undying, which means Trials might be coming back sooner than we know. We also had to revise our gameplay calendar for Season of the Undying. The menu of action is the same, but we're adjusting the timing of the nightmare hunts. The new schedule will look like this. See if I can pop this image out for you. So here we go. So free seasonal updates are the Moon, Artifact, Finishers, Armor 2.0, Strike, Update, Crucible updates, PvP map, new PvP map, Labs, free seasonal rank rewards, and here we go. So the raid launches on the 5th. The Hero Nightmares launch on the 8th. The Legend Nightmares launch on the 15th, so you have about a week in between. Then we get the Leviathan's Breath. and the Master Nightmare hunts. From October 29th to November 19th, we have Festival of the Lost. That's huge. 10/29 is the new dungeon and the new PvP mode, Momentum Control. Also on the 29th, we get the Xenophage quest. On November 5th, we get the last raid challenge. So while Festival of the Lost is going on, all this stuff is happening. And then on the 19th, we get the Vex Offensive Final Assault. So that's pretty neat. I'm going to scroll all the way back down. Scrolling. Stop. Back when we were first talking about finishers and some of the mods that go with them, we talked about how one of the mods enabled you to spawn heavy ammo for your fire team when you executed the finisher. That was still in flux at the time, and for balance reasons, we ended up making a mod that will spawn heavy ammo for yourself and a mod that will spawn special ammo for your fire team. Wear it with pride. At Bungie, our mission is to build worlds that inspire friendship. Our games become places where people, all kinds of people, can gather to share meaningful experiences. One of the most important aspects of friendship is acceptance. Earlier this year, we took to the streets as part of the Seattle Pride Parade. We also offered up a Pride pin via the Bungie store that was rumored to have an emblem that would come with it. The rumors are true, and we've chosen International Coming Out Day as the advent to deploy the in-game expression of acceptance. For details, along with a personal story to capture the spirit of that day, here is our own. Okay, we're going to scroll. Just because I want to get through as much of this as we can. Last week, we showed off a preview of the world's first belt and some of the emblems you can earn in the Pinnacle PvE activity. We weren't quite ready to show off this awesome jacket. So any player who beats Garden of Salvation raid and claims their code before the reset on the 15th will be eligible to purchase this sick-ass jacket. That's a really nice jacket. It's got the heart on the inside. We are giving you some extra time to power up this time. We know many of you don't enjoy rushing, so even if you aren't ready to take on the raid before the 15th, players who compete it during the Season of the Undying will be eligible to purchase a special raid t-shirt through Bungie Rewards. The shirt has some spoilers on it, but we'll share out what it looks like after the raid is completed. Players also claim a free Eris Morn papercraft mask by completing the main Shadowkeep quest by the end of Season 8. If you're already receiving newsletters from Bungie.net, you'll get a direct link the next day. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So these are just more upcoming 24-hour maintenance. September 30th, the game's going offline. Preloading Destiny 2 on Steam. Delay in Forsaken license transfers. PC mice. These are the patch notes. You guys can read all this stuff. It's just saying make sure you get ready. And that's about that. This is it. The last TWAB before launch. Are you ready? The entire team has been working hard on this release. We have cross-save in your hands early, and we are excited to see you experience all the content in Shadowkeep. New players and veterans alike will have new characters wake up in the Cosmodrome for the first time in Destiny 2, because guess what? You're doing the opening mission of Destiny 1. Please welcome new Guardians who may be just joining this incredible community. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll see you Starside. Cosmo. Alright, chat. YouTube. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the TWAB in the comments down below. Let me know if you're hyped for Shadowkeep like I am. We'll be streaming it live Tuesday, October 1st, on twitch.tv/PhantomKingX. The link for that will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are excited, and I will see you next time.